Yes, now family, welcome back to another video on Jazza TV. Today we're going to talk about the number 2 who always ends up doing well, because you see it a lot of the times. I don't know if you have copped onto it, but when you have a fighter who's supposed to be a star in British boxing, and we'll talk about British boxing, they always do well and they turn professional, they get the top promoter and they do well, but behind that fighter all the time, and they're supposed to do well, they've earned it, you know, they've worked hard all the amateur career and they've travelled the world and they've sacrificed their whole childhood lives, I get it, but then behind that number 1 is always a number 2, and that number 2, I can talk from my perspective once again, but that number 2 is always he's angry, he's bitter. I was the number 1 in the Great Britain team, but I never ever got to break through onto the senior squad. And when the ABAs only have 5 senior fights and then turn professional because of this, but I weren't given a sniff. It was Khaled Yafai. Khaled Yafai, I think, was the number 1. Khaled Yafai, 2-time Olympian. I get it. Rob McCracken's call, close to Rob McCracken. Fair play, I get it. We're arguing. I asked Rob I had a conversation with Rob, and Rob said you won't get a shot at Khaled. So basically, you're definitely you have to wait 4 years minimum before you turn professional, and that's that. Before you get even a crack at the Olympics. Khaled's going to the Olympics. They've been invested in him. Fair enough. Weren't complaining because I was just a kid. And then I turned professional. But when you turn professional, you have this like feeling of resentment, almost resentment. Why you didn't get picked? Why you can be angry? You know what I mean? You can be angry about it. You believe that you given the opportunity, you could have been the number 1, just want a fair crack at the work and stuff like that. And yeah, you can feel like that. So you see it with a lot of fighters, and I'll go into 2 fighters who I can remember. You might be able to name some yourself there in the comments. The British number 2, who was never standout star as an amateur, who ended up the star as a pro, who ends up proving people wrong. Now, we have just recently, don't we, Fabio Wally versus Fraser Clark. Fraser, my old teammate. It was hard one to see that. It was hard to watch Fraser getting his jaw broken like that. It was worrying. And on a personal note, I've been in a fight where you know your jaw's hanging off, and it's dangerous. You know what I mean? It is dangerous. And fair play to Fraser. He tried to get up, didn't he? He was still trying to get up, and there was no out in him. Fair play to Fraser, who he took every shot. Them shots Fabio Wally's putting in, even the body shots, is fucking lovely. But yeah, I hope Fraser's okay. But you see, Fabio Wally, he weren't even. I don't even think he was an amateur. Never mind a professional. I don't even think he was a decent amateur. So he's got that bit of a chip on his shoulder, you can see. And then further down the same card, we have Ben Whittaker against Liam Cameron. And Liam Cameron was a good enough amateur, but he also went through a little bit of that, and he was a rising star, and he got penalised by the board pretty heavily, which I didn't agree with in comparison to some other cases for those bans and stuff like that. And it was they thrown the book at him, and he weren't a drugs cheat. He just had drugs in the system, and he could have proved that he actually weren't cheating for an advantage. So it was a sad situation really, but you could see there he was he upset the apple cart, didn't he? Because I think also he's probably got that chip on his shoulder, and it's hard not to root for the underdog, isn't it? You see some like even Daniel Dubois, he would always be second fiddle to AJ. I know he was come after AJ, but AJ was the Olympic star. No one had done it like AJ before. Daniel Dubois only recently. He also toppled AJ, and yeah, I don't know what it is about the number 2. The British number 2. I don't know if it's like this in all the other countries, because I see some of the best countries in the world, like the Cubans, like the Eastern Europeans, they have this dominance thing about them. It's like they almost feel like just punching them alone, or is it disrespectful, you know, the cheeky bastards really. And they have this arrogance and thing about them, but in Britain we don't. We just have that. They're just hard as fuck, aren't we? That's what we are. We're just hard people. And yeah, I'm with the best flair in the world, but we're fucking solid, you know, and that's just the way British fighters are. I love it, but I always root for the underdog. Who else have we got in recent times? You could go back and back and back, have a little look and think, throw a comment in there. Who was the number 2? Who played number 2 and ends up going professional with a chip on his shoulders and proving a point, because you see it so many times. But that was just my insight to what goes on in British boxing. I've been thinking about a lot. The number 2, who always ends up the number 1. Yeah, but thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. No, when you subscribe, boss, but no, when you do subscribe, you get a bell next to the subscribe button. Know what I'm on about? You get a bell, and then click that bell for notifications when a new video goes live. So yeah, thank you for watching, Family Ammo. You have a lovely day.